Yeah.
Greetings everyone, my name is Xolisa Ncenge and welcome back to Dizzy World. And today we have Cosatu President Zingiswa Losi interviewed by Tsidimadia on Eyewitness News about her perspective on the GNU. And it's good to hear Cosatu's take on the current political discourse, because at least we know the other tripartite alliance partner, that is the ACCP's position on the GNU. And when asked about President Ramaphosa's leaked audio to the ANC caucus, that the DA is defining itself outside the GNU. And this is what she said. She said we would and remain opposed to the GNU that has the DA in it. But we would not be shocked to see a stance like that taken by the DA, because we think the DA getting into the government of national unity was just to elevate themselves politically and used that to be seen as the one that are governing the country. We would welcome to see them opening the doors and leaving. But the president cannot wait this over. We think the president must deliver on his executive mandate and say, if you are opposed to what the cabinet is saying and you are a cabinet minister, he has a constitutional right. That is, he can use his executive authority to reshuffle the cabinet. And good people, kindly can we please take a listen at the following clip and hear what the Cosatu president said herself.
We all heard the leaked audio of President Ramaphosa speaking to the ANC caucus that it's defining yourself outside of the GNU. When you saw DA make the move that it made in Parliament,
we would be opposed and we remain opposed to a government of nationality that has the DA in it. And we would not be shocked when we see stance like this taken by the DA in Parliament, because we think the DA getting into the government of national unity was just to elevate themselves politically and use that to be seen to be the ones that are governing this country and to act as if they are in charge of South Africa and therefore win their way towards the next local government elections. I don't think they had understood what it really meant for South Africa, not for the global world, for South Africa to be in government and then also going into government with other political parties. So for us, we think they must make up their minds. We don't think that they are ready. They've been making threats. We would welcome to see them opening the doors and leaving. But also the president cannot wait this over. We think the president must, as I said, deliver on his executive mandate and say, if you are opposed to what the cabinet is saying, you're a cabinet minister, he has a right to reshuffle. He has a right to reshuffle. And I don't think that political parties should be allowed or should allow themselves to be hamstrung by one political party as and when it feels that we think we're in, we are not sure where we are, but we're not going to let go. Does it rely on them to let go? Or the president can use his executive authority to say, this is the direction that we're taking as a country. I am the head of state. I have the executive authority this is the line. If you don't follow the line, then it means you are not part of this government, and begin to bring other political parties that are willing to help us to govern this country in taking forward and changing the lives of our people.
So you're calling for a reconfiguration. You're calling ultimately for a reshuffle. He must reshuffle his cabinet. They must go.
Indeed.
And if they don't, Helen Zille has made it clear that they'll put up a fight.
Let's see. Look, let's see. What would that fight be? I'm saying if the president is using his executive authority, what fight would you put in that? Are you now taking away the executive authority of the president? So we will deal with the issues of political parties, but now we're in government. If there was an agreement between the ANC and the DA and other political parties, those are political parties that had an agreement in forming a government. Now we're in government, and the president has the authority.
I think we have heard what the Cosatu president is saying about the ANC working with the DA. And I was worried about the federation not being vocal about the issue. I'm saying this because surely by now everybody knows the position of the SACP regarding the GNU, where Solly Mapaila is not mincing his words, saying a neoliberal faction of the ANC has taken over the movement. And he characterized them as sellouts. But Cosatu has not been as vocal as the SACP. But now, after Cosatu President's interview, I'm a little bit worried. Worried because I am picking up something like a negative vibe between the two strategic alliance partners. That is Cosatu and the SACP. A lack of trust, something that should not arise between the two strategic alliance partners. Where Zingiswa Losi is saying bilateral meetings between the SACP and the ANC that excluded Cosatu have been happening, and also not knowing what was discussed in those meetings. And the fact that it would be unwise for Cosatu to take an emotional decision, that is to take sides with either of the alliance partners in the upcoming local government elections. Because what if SACP changes its mind when Cosatu has already sided with them? Because apparently this happened before, and it happened twice. Now coming back to the ANC, meeting various parties to discuss reconfiguration of the GNU. And the ANC spokesperson, Mahlengu Bengu Mutsiri, confirmed to SABC News Samkele Maseko that yes, the item that is reconfiguration was discussed with the DA in their Senate meeting, where the two parties have been butting heads over various matters, mostly the budget, the NHI, the Bella Act, Appropriation Act, etc. She said we are hitting a reset button, and part of which is to have a stronger GNU that is governed by the rules that work, governed by certain protocols, and ensuring a strong measure of accountability. Apparently, the existing mechanisms of the GNU are being reassessed, including the GNU Clearinghouse, establishing other mechanisms to strengthen the stability of the GNU for whoever is in that government. Samkelo Maseko interjected and said basically to weaken the influence and power of the DA in the GNU. So I don't know what will happen, because the DA also wants to strengthen their influence and power in the GNU. And there are some people who are saying it looks like they are kissing and making up. Well, I don't know what other people say about that, because I think kissing and making up with a crocodile is not a good idea. As Deputy President Paul Mashatile calls the DA, Prince Mashele, in one of his recent interviews, called the DA and the ANC strategic enemies, and he is 100% correct. So I don't know if the ANC is waiting for the DA to destroy it completely, because Helen Zille is on record saying, I will witness the death of the ANC in my lifetime. Lastly, the recent polls by Institute of Race Relations, where they say the DA has surpassed the ANC. I for one don't believe those polls, because this institution is the very same institution that came up with 142 race laws propaganda, working with Solidarity and AfriForum, spreading lies abroad, or in America to be specific. So this institution, for me, doesn't have the interests of the majority of this country at heart, but pushing a particular agenda, which is white supremacy or white privilege. So these are not the people that we can trust. I, for one, don't trust them. For me, I think what is happening here, we are being conditioned or prepared for the potential rigging of the next elections, so that when it happens, we must not be surprised. That's what is happening here. And good people, this is how we come to the end of today's episode. Please click the notification bell, like the video, comment down below, and please subscribe to the channel. And we will see you in the next episode. Cheers.